Hold up.
Alrighty. Yeah, if you guys haven't been here before and there's Dr. Pepper, Sprite, there's waters and such in the fridge or other snacks, if you guys want to grab one, feel free. So 50 cents, I thought we made it $5. You guys need a discount rate. No, it's free. Alright. Give away our secret. Alright, everybody good on their passage? Everybody good? Okay, we're gonna move on. Okay, so tonight, what we're gonna talk about is gossip. Alright. Huh?
Wait, what was
Hayden.
Ephesians 4:29.
That even remember.
I didn't remember. I had to go back. Alright, so gossip. Alright, so I'm going to argue that there are two types of gossip. Okay? There is malicious gossip, and then there is innocent gossip. What do you guys think I mean by malicious gossip?
Bad.
Bad?
Intentional.
Intentional? Vicious? Okay. What else?
It hurts.
It hurts. Okay. Well, now, what do you mean by it hurts? Like, it's designed to hurt, or it just ends up hurting?
Both.
Both. Okay. Make sure I spell this right. Okay, so we said intentional, that it hurts, it's hateful, vicious. I'm hoping I'm spelling that right. What else?
Mean words.
Mean words. What else?
It breaks people down.
Breaks people down. Okay. Okay. What about innocent gossip? We'll put that one over here.
Accidental.
Not
Accidental, so it's not intentional,
not meant to hurt.
not meant to hurt.
Not mean words. Not bring people down.
I would say like not necessarily negative, but like just talking about the person.
Okay, not necessarily negative. Okay. Okay, what else?
Talking about the person without a negative result.
Without a negative result? Okay.
Not necessarily.
Okay. Anything else? All right. So these are actually really good. And it really does hit on what I've already got up here, because when it comes to malicious gossip, really what we're talking about is the intent to cause harm, to break down, to cause division. Okay? So malicious gossip is intentionally done to drive a wedge between people. All right? So if Hannah decides that she wants to, she doesn't like the way that Kaysen and Lacey are interacting, then she's going to directly start getting involved in between those two people. She will, depending on how she would want this to play out, if she wants Kaysen closer to herself or if she wants Lacey closer to herself, she's going to start intentionally saying things directly to either one of them and or behind their backs about the other one to try and directly cause a rift between them. All right? And this doesn't just happen between friends, like in school. Right? How many of you guys think this happens in church? How many of you guys have seen this happen in the church? Yeah. Okay? It's sad, but it happens all the time. And usually what happens is one person wants power over somebody else. And so they start doing a specific thing to break down others so they can get power themselves in one way or the other. And that power can look at like a lot of different ways. Sometimes, like we were just talking about, it can be an attempt to drive a wedge between two people so that you are the better friend all of a sudden. And sometimes it's a attempt to specifically try and drive authority away from somebody else. But this one causes more havoc because the direct intent involved in it. If somebody finds out about, like, if I was involved in innocent gossip about Trinity here, and somebody pointed it out to me and said, "You're gossiping," do you think my reaction is going to be different than if I was intentionally trying to harm Trinity? How's my reaction going to be different?
Might be surprised,
Yeah,
because you wouldn't know who to do.
yeah. Did you have your hand up back there? Huh? Oh, she said? Okay, yeah. I think that the biggest difference is, the surprise. Is if somebody accuses you of gossip when you're doing it innocently, I'm going to put that in quotes, then you're likely going to be surprised by it because you may not have realized you were gossiping. Yeah. Yeah, you're going to have a different perspective of it. Okay? But if somebody accuses somebody of gossip and they were maliciously doing it, then it's going to be a little bit more tricky. Because they're either going to directly lie about the fact that they were gossiping, or they're going to start retaliating against you. And so either way, it has to be addressed. Let's take a look at a couple passages that show examples of malicious gossip. Who's got Exodus 23? All right, Jeff, go and read that.
You shall not spread a false report. You shall not join hands with a wicked man to be a malicious witness.
Okay. So what's the command that's being talked about right there? Go ahead and read it again, Jeff.
You shall not spread a false report. You shall not join hands with a wicked man to be a malicious witness.
All right.
Breadwinners.
Huh?
Those breadwinners.
Yeah. When Jesus is getting ready to go to the cross, what are the chief priests and the Pharisees and all the different religious leaders doing?
Gossiping.
Pretty much. Because they keep trying to spread false accusations about him, right? Yeah.
That's really sad.
Yeah. It is. I mean, when you look at the entire scenario with Jesus' interactions with religious leaders, they should have known better. Not just the fact that he was the Messiah, but the fact that the way that they were behaving directly went against God's law. It's really sad. Who's got Numbers 12, 1 through 2?
Miriam?
Miriam.
Miriam.
All right, Miriam.
Miriam and Aaron became to talk
Again.
again. Moses became the what is that?
Cushite.
Cushite wife, for he had married the Cushite. He has the Lord spoken only through Moses? They asked. Hasn't he also spoken through us? And the Lord heard this.
Okay. So, Aaron and Miriam's beef against Moses was what?
Gossip.
Why were they gossiping?
Because they wanted him gone.
I mean, to a certain extent, I don't think they fully wanted him like gone.
They
But-
want
Well, they're
more
gonna
power.
spread false
Power.
accusations and
They want more power or something.
Yes. And I mean, they were specifically talking about, well, why does Moses get to have all the power? Why is he so important? We're just as important. And to be clear, Moses, Aaron and Miriam are his siblings. In fact, Aaron is the high priest at that point. And so, I mean, Aaron's got a little bit of a reason to think that he should be important. And Miriam's a sister. It's kind of a family deal. And Miriam might even sit there and think, well, if I hadn't been there in the water next to the queen of Egypt or the princess of Egypt, Moses never would be here in the first place. And so they're getting upset that they don't have the same authority that Moses has. And Moses doesn't even have to answer. God steps in and says, nope, I chose Moses. All right? Let's look at Numbers 13, 30 through 33. Who's got that one?
Then Caleb silenced the people before Moses and said, "We should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it." But the men who had gone with him said, "We can't attack those people. They are stronger than we are." And they spread among the Israelites a bad report because of the land that they had explored. They said, "The land we explored devours our living in it. All the people we saw there are of great size. We saw Nephilim there. The descendants of Anak came from Nephilim. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes and looked the same to them."
Okay. So, where are we in the story of Exodus? Or in the story of the Exodus from Egypt to what?
It's on the tip of my tongue.
I bet.
The 12.
The spirit. I don't know.
Spies. 12 spies. Remember? Alright, you guys remember, before they entered the promised land, Moses said, okay, we're going to select one man from each tribe. You guys go into the promised land and spy it out for us. Get us a report of what it's like. Okay? So these guys go out there, they come back, and Caleb and Joshua are sitting there saying, it's great land, let's go, let's take it. God's with us, let's go. And the other guys are saying what?
There's giants.
There's
They'll
giants!
kill us.
There's giants! We're gonna die! I don't wanna go! And they start directly interfering and start going around to the rest of the people in the camp and spreading a bad report about the land. Instead of directly dealing with the issue, they start to gossip among everybody else to drive a wedge. Go to number 16.
We got it. Korah, son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and certain Reubenites, Dathan and Abiram, sons of Elab, and On son of Peleth, became insolent and rose up against Moses. With them were 250 Israelite men, well-known community leaders who had been appointed members of the council. They came as a group to oppose Moses and Aaron and said to them, "You have gone too far. The whole community is holy, every one of them, and the Lord is with them. Why then do you set yourselves above the Lord's assembly?"
Alright. So, who was allowed to be a priest?
Only the sons of Levi.
Sons of Levi. Only a Levite could be a priest. Okay? And even among the priests, only those that were direct descendants of Aaron could be priests. The rest of the Levites had to serve in different functions around the tabernacle. So some of them had roles of carrying the ark. Some of them had roles of singing. There are just different roles assigned to different Levites. Okay, but because of this, there were people that were sitting there saying, "No, we should all be able to be priests." And then they started gathering together and causing division. All right. It was specifically designed to destroy the community. Innocent gossip, like you guys already said, it's something where it's accidental. It's not really intended to hurt when you're talking, when you're sharing innocent gossip. Half the time, you might not even realize that what you are actually doing is gossiping. Because I think most of the time when we talk about gossip, we think more about this than we do this. Okay? And the biggest key part of this is that you're still not talking directly to the person that you need to be talking to. If Caitlin has an issue with Hudson, and she starts going to Riley and saying, I just don't know what to do with Hudson. I mean, I've tried talking to him, but he's weird and he smells, and I just don't know what to do. Is that the right way to handle that? No. And then the intent isn't harm, because what Caitlin is doing is she's sitting here thinking to herself, well, I want to be friends with Hudson. I want to hang out with him. It's just kind of weird right now. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to talk to Riley about this, because Riley's a nice person. Riley's a good person. And I'm going to get some advice from Riley. How many of us have done that before? No. Don't start. You're going to get us in trouble and off track again. All right? It's something that is really easy to do. And it's something that can be really, it can happen really quick. But it's not necessarily negative. You might be sharing something, it might not even really be all that bad about the other person, but you're still actually going to cause harm in the end. All right? Again, going back to our example of Caitlin and Hudson here. If Caitlin, was to have that issue where she's just like, man, he just smells, I don't know what to do about it, because every time when I get too close to him and I'm trying to talk to him, it's just, that smell. He does it. I'm going to assure everybody he does it, just so that I don't leave it there. All right? Her going to somebody else, she's not even thinking about it, because she's just going to sit there and think, well, I'm just trying to figure out a good way to get a resolution to this problem here. But the real resolution is restoring the conversation here. And if she was to go to Riley, and Riley was just to be like, you know what, you're right, he does kind of stink. And they start talking back and forth like that. And if they start talking to other people, Hudson over here is going to be thinking, I'm pretty cool. And everybody else is going to be sitting here going, Hudson smells. All right? And that's how that gets started. It wasn't intended to bring about harm, but it always ends up in the same negative result. Gossiping never solves anything. Let's go ahead and read Numbers 11. Who's got that one?
Oh. Sorry, I was doodling.
No worries. Numbers 11, 4 through 6.
The rabble with them began to crave over food, and again the Israelites started wailing and said, "If only we had meat to eat. We remember the fish we ate in Egypt, at no cost. Also the cucumbers, melons, leeks, onions, and garlic. But now we have lost our appetite, and we never see anything but this manna."
Yeah, it's kind of funny how they were talking about all this food, that it was at no cost to them, right? No cost at all, no cost whatsoever, just the occasional whip to the back, or, forced work, forced labor to build a pyramid and all this. That's, no cost there. Sorry, that was, can only imagine what Moses' response to that must have been. Okay, so, how does that conversation start? What are they complaining about? Food. Trinity, the food just stinks lately. Yeah. Do you hate it too? It's terrible, isn't it? It's just the same thing every day. Manna. Do you remember the steaks? The steaks? You didn't like steak? Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. Had me going there. The mashed potatoes? Yeah, those mashed potatoes are good, don't you? But all we have now is manna. And manna. Don't you love steak? Yes. With mashed potatoes. Chicken? Who said chicken strips? Chicken strips!
Chicken strips.
Don't worry about it. This conversation was between me and Trinity, and somebody else decided to chime in. But that's exactly what's going to happen in these kind of situations. And again, some of those people probably didn't really intend to cause problems. They were just griping. But it leads into problems. Because who were they not talking to? Who were they not talking to?
God?
Yeah. When you have an issue with somebody, you have got to directly talk to that person.
I know sometimes someone might have an issue and like someone else knows and they're like telling people to help this person without actually talking to the person who has the issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of different ways that we can go about this innocent type of gossip where we're trying to help. I think innocent gossip is really done out of concern for somebody else initially, but because we're not doing it the right way, the result is still harmful. And God directly talks about this so many different times in the Bible because He wants us to go to each other and share our issues with each other. Is that the normal thing? No. Is that an easy thing? If I know that Hudson stinks, hey buddy.
Coming back to this conversation.
So it's not an easy conversation. Maybe for the Christmas gift exchange, somebody gets a thing of deodorant or something. All right. Again, I want to reiterate for everybody to know, I don't think Hudson smells, okay? I said it with the door open, so there's no way that
We were like going back at that, so I'm pretty sure if you can
No, I can't smell anything, so I wouldn't know in the first place. So, all right. All right, let's go on to the next part. Proverbs 18:8. Who's got that? Maddie, Proverbs 18. Proverbs 18:8.
Hold on, it's open. The words of gossip are like choice morals. they go down in most parts.
Okay, say it again.
The words of a gossip are like the choice morsels. They go down to the inmost parts.
Okay, you guys know what a morsel is?
I've heard of it.
Okay.
A clam, is it?
What?
Like a clam?
Clean?
A clam.
Oh, clam? No.
That's a muscle.
Yes. Close. Morsel. What is a morsel?
Is it like a little bit?
Yes. It's like a nice little bit of food. Huh?
That's like
No, not that small. Just bigger. I mean, you gotta be able to taste it, okay? Like, how many of you guys have had those little cherry cordials?
The
The
what?
little short cherries wrapped. Huh?
Like a small.
Okay, gummy bears, whatever floats your boat, whatever.
What?
Right? Cherry cordial, little Snickers fun size, whatever you want to call it. But it's this little thing. It's tiny, and you taste it, and ooh, it's good. But what this is saying about gossip is that it tastes good, but it goes down to the deepest parts of your body, and it starts to spread. All right. That gossip seems good, but it starts to take hold after a while.
I think in the moment it feels good.
Right.
In the moment it feels like maybe the right thing to do or make you cool or
Right.
you know, get you attention. I think that was my problem growing up was I knew something and I wanted to tell somebody. And
Yeah.
so it got me attention and I seemed popular with my friends. But it didn't go over so well. Not that people found out, it's just I felt horribly guilty afterwards.
Sure. Yeah. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 12:20.
For I'm afraid that when I come, I may not find you as you want to be, and you may not find me as you want me to be. I fear that there may be discord, jealousy, fits of rage, selfish ambition, slander, gossip, arrogance, and disorder.
Okay. So now, all those things that surround gossip, discord, fits of rage, what are some of the other ones there?
Jealousy,
Jealousy.
selfish ambition,
Okay.
arrogance.
Arrogance. Do those sound like things that are related to gossip? Yeah. You get jealous of somebody else, you start spreading gossip. You start getting selfish. You start getting angry. You start wanting to spread a little discord, a little bit of division. It's all related to gossip. And so the thing that we need to understand is that gossip is a symptom of a heart issue. If you see somebody participating in gossip, gossip is just the surface thing that's popping up. There's stuff going on underneath the surface that still needs to be dealt with as well. Let's go to Ephesians 4:29. Ephesians 4:29. Alright. That's great to hear.
Alright, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth, but only what is helpful. It needs that it may benefit those who listen.
Okay. So what kind of talk is supposed to be coming out of our mouths?
Good talk.
Good talk. What would classify good talk? Wholesome talk.
Great talk.
Alright, encouraging. What else? What else would classify as wholesome talk?
Give him the good old well done.
Good game. What else?
You're awesome.
Okay. That would still go under encouraging.
Man.
Compliments.
Compliments. Okay. I think that would also go under encouraging.
Instead of talking about someone's problems, you talk about how good they are at something.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's encouraging.
Everything is encouraging.
What can you talk about besides just encouraging someone that's good?
God.
There you go. Discussing your faith. All right. What else? How else can you have wholesome talk?
It just about covers it, you know?
No, I'm pretty sure there's one more, but no one wants to say it. No, there's one more, but no one wants to say it.
What is it?
I don't want to say it
Why don't you want to say it?
because I don't feel like it.
Someone say it, please.
All right. So wholesome talk. Wholesome talk, encouraging, discussing your faith, good game. What about comforting somebody that's grieving? Okay.
Wouldn't that be?
So Paul is telling the Ephesians, don't let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths. And the thing of that part is that if we do what we're supposed to be doing, if we're living like Christ has called us to live, then gossip won't be an issue. Jesus says, blessed are the peacemakers. If you're a peacemaker, are you going to intentionally try and cause drama between other people? No. But if you're a peacemaker and you have an issue with somebody, what do?
Talk it out.
You talk it out. If Kaysen has an issue with Hannah, as a peacemaker, Kaysen's going to go to Hannah. And she's going to talk to Hannah about the problem. Does that mean that Kaysen's going to approach Hannah and say, you're a jerk and I don't like you very much?
That's not make the problem worse.
Yeah. Is that being a peacemaker?
No.
No. How if Kaysen has an issue with Hannah, how is she going to approach it? Kaysen, how would you have that conversation with Hannah if you and her had gotten into a pretty heated disagreement?
I would be nice. I wouldn't call her stupid.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you do. You have to approach the conversation from the standpoint of trying to resolve the problem. And you have to understand that, I mean, are you in agreement when you start? Are you in agreement when you start the conversation? No, if you were, then you wouldn't be having a discussion in the first place.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Nothing.
Discussion.
Oh, thanks, babe.
Have you rapped?
Somebody pay attention. Good job.
Yeah.
Discussion when
That was
you
encouraging. Yay.
Yeah, when you get married, you don't fight, you have discussions.
That's right. Long discussion.
Arguments, discussions.
All right. All right. So, if you have an issue with somebody, you're going to directly talk with them about it. And you're going to have to approach it from the standpoint of, I know this isn't going to be easy. I know that we don't agree on this right now. But because I want peace as Christ has brought peace, then I'm going to have this conversation. And I'm going to do it with the person that I'm having the disagreement with, because that's the only way that this gets resolved in a way that honors God. I can't be going around their back and talking about this situation to somebody else. Alright? So, that is gossip. So the takeaway for this week is that God intended us to speak to one another directly to keep peace and unity among one another. Be mindful of what you say and who you say it to. Say what? Like when I was in school. Alright. Huh? Alright. So keep that in mind. Especially this part about innocent gossip, okay? And this is the one, because knowing most of you guys, I don't think we've got to worry about you guys getting into malicious gossip. That's only going to be a serious heart issue, and I hope and pray that you guys will stay close enough to Christ that this will never happen to you, that you won't get involved in this. You might get affected by malicious gossip, and I hope that never happens either. But this is the thing that happens the easiest, because it's harder to tell, because you're doing it out of concern. And so that's the one that I want you guys to really be paying attention to over the next few weeks is what I'm saying helpful to the other person? Is what I'm saying being said to the person it needs to be said? So, Sunday, we've got our gift exchange, $1 limit. It's going to be fun. If you guys haven't seen that before, it's hilarious. So, people come with some pretty creative stuff. So, you guys need to bring sides and drinks. That was one thing I wanted to get out on the list for it. All right.
Sides that go with what?
Wings.
Chicken chips.
Chicken chips, yeah.
Wings.
All right.
Always gotta be these single.
All right. Who's gonna bring chips?
How many bags of chips do you want?
Let's say Maddie and Brianna.
What kind of chips? Like
Just variety. I mean, price like the corn chips. Yeah,
corn chips.
like the tortillas.
Lay's. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so
Can I bring in a suggestion for
Maddie.
that I can bring myself? Can I say a suggestion?
Yeah, sure.
Hot fries.
Pot fries?
Has anybody heard of those besides me?
No,
I don't think they've got those here.
No, I've seen them.
Do they?
And these things go.
The Takis?
Huh?
They're
They're like
Hot Cheetos, you know?
If you want to bring them. Alright.
I've seen them in Clovis, so I'll
Okay.
grab
Okay. Veggies. Who's got veggies?
I do.
No.
Jason?
Make sure there's bell peppers. Should I say I
Okay.
love
Anybody want to tag team veggies with Kason? Okay, sorry, good. Hey, it is. Alright, Ruth.
Hey.
Don't worry about
That's it. Who else wants to bring fruit?
what you think that is.
Reagan.
So what
Okay. Any other sides that you guys want to bring?
How much to bring this?
Dip? Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to bring dip.
Salsa.
Hey, you got dip and salsa. Okay, you got it. Alright.
Got it.
I'll text this out to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be sure to let your parents know as well. Alright, drinks. Let's see here. If you didn't already sign up for something, you're on drinks. So, so that would be Weston, Kobe, Jaden, Holly, and Riley. Alright. Unless some of you guys want to bring desserts instead.
Yeah.
Riley's
And then
got
draw
cookies.
something representing
Alright. Raise your hand if you're bringing a friend.
I might
Anybody?
bring 3.
Like I
Okay.
bring 3.
Can they be under age of 8?
I would prefer it be 6, 7, through 12.
Because
Yeah.
basically only trying to these people under 8.
Okay. Who else might be bringing a friend? Hey Anna, come on. You can come in.
Notice me.
I'm not bringing
Yes. One.
I might bring
Okay.
one.
I might bring one.
I'm bringing 2.
I may
Those are
bring
2? Alright. Who else is bringing? I'm just trying to get a good for the.
I might bring one.
Alright. Huh? 3? Alright.
Don't forget my 3.
Yeah, I got you up here. Well, you got 3 in the case. Alright. Anybody else?
Yeah, I may have one.
Yeah, I got you.
You got me with the fish. Just depending.
That's not a +1, that's a 1.
That means I take the double.
Alright. Alright. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Lock in. Don't forget about the lock in. That's what you need. I fixed it. 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Alright. Alright. Invite your friends. Bring snacks and drinks.
Wait, that is the 30th?
It's gonna be the 31st and the 1st.
So like,
That's fine.
I'm
Yeah.
leaving.
Alright. Listen up. Listen up. Shh. Listen. Alright. We've had several people say that they might need to leave early or that they might need to come late. Either one are fine, okay? Just understand that if you're coming later,
Oh my gosh.
you just need to let me know so that I can get you in the doors, okay? Because those are going to be locked. If you're going to be leaving early, again, just let me know ahead of time so we can make sure that we let out the right people, alright? Otherwise, there might be an adult sponsor there that just sees you walking out the door and starts, no, what are you doing? No. Alright? We had that issue back in May where people were trying to go outside. Hey, listen. We had that issue last time where we had people trying to go outside. There are 60 people outside late at night, okay? We do not need our folks out there. Yes. Alright. Alright. That's all I got for tonight.
If you like
What? Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Where is it? Where's the clipboard? Okay,
There's
Go
not
ahead and get it on
enough
this.
paper for him to write anything.
that's alright.
I don't know what this is.
Super creative. I don't know how to do it.
Alright. Oh, hey. Sorry. Listen up. Two more things.
Okay, that's
Alright. Listen. I got 2 more things. Listen. I've got a card right here for the Wallmans. Because we were able to go out to their house and rake the leaves. The thank you is for the snacks that they provided while we were there, as well as the opportunity to serve. But they also gave the youth group $300 for coming out there and raking leaves. Okay, so there's that. So be sure to sign the card. All right. So our illustrations thing was a bear holding an umbrella while riding a unicycle, charging a wall like a knight jousting.
Okay.
Yes, it's true.
So this is what we have. It's not bad. That's actually pretty good.
Shush.
It actually looks like a bear riding a unicycle.
Well, you should have brought a brick wall.
It looks pretty convincing of a bear.
Which one is it?
That's what I thought.
All right. So, but there is no wall. Now, for some odd reason, this looks like it's blank. Maybe. Oh, there it is. It's a pig riding a unicycle, according to Reagan. So we've got a pig riding a tricycle.
Wow.
Alright, we've got a pig riding a tricycle. So then we've got duck on a tricycle. Well, I think you're locked in. Here, just go ahead and sit down. You can come up later. We got duck on a tricycle. So we've got a duck on a tricycle holding it with their wings. That's pretty impressive. And it's signed Picasso. I particularly like how the third wheel is added. Like, oh wait, there's the third wheel because it's a tricycle. So then naturally it became duck on a bicycle. So we've got a duck riding a bicycle that says ding ding. So it became a bird on a bicycle. And
Yes. That was what. Very rough. Just beautiful. Thank you.
yeah, Aiden, I can totally understand how you got a turtle on a bike. A turtle on a bike. Could be. Pretty good art on Kobe's part here. It's a turtle on a bike going, Shabbat! So then, let's see, Holly wrote, the turtle rode the bicycle. Brianna goes all out here. Somehow the turtle is riding the bike on a road without any control of the handlebars whatsoever.
You gotta get the mountains in there.
The mountains, yes, the mountains.
And I put that in there. She said you do.
So Jamin said a turtle riding a bike in the mountains on a road. Oh, that was Hayden. Excuse me. Jamin. I drew a mountain. A turtle riding a bike in the mountains. So we've got a turtle in the mountains riding the bike, and for whatever reason the turtle is saying, So then we've got a turtle on a motorcycle. Very nicely done, Riley. I like this. It's got a helmet. It's being safe. So then we've got a slow driver. And then we've got the bear.
That is a wolf.
Huh?
That's a wolf.
A wolf. Sorry.
A wolf?
Yes. Got it.
Yeah. I'm not sure how you got that from the previous one, but
No idea.
a slow driver. Okay. So yeah, there you go. All right. Illustrations, because words can get out of control really quickly. Yes. All right. Love you guys. You're awesome. Floyd, good luck at your game this weekend with the 8th graders. You're playing too.
I got you that video. Show me.